My baby calls me Mr. Baloney, but I like to believe my baby's only bluffing. My baby calls me Mr. Baloney, but I like to believe my baby's only bluffing. Yeah.
I have here the Book of Baloney, and there are many topics I'm planning on covering. But you know, rather like the dinosaurs, something came along. I was looking for a book on jazz singers. Jazz Voices, it's called. For a friend of mine. Couldn't find it, but I spotted this. The Holographic Universe, which I remember reading many, many years ago, maybe once or twice. And I looked online to see how things were going with the universe as a hologram. And it's still a viable idea. In fact, recently a UK, Canadian and Italian study has provided what researchers believe is the first observational evidence that our universe could be a vast and complex hologram. I like the idea of it because, when I read the book, I liked the idea because scientists have been telling us that this is all 99.9% nothing. Empty space. Curious. In a sense, actually, you know, people go on about conspiracy theories. If that's true, then the universe itself is a conspiracy at root. Because I sure don't look like 99.9% nothing to me. Anyway, the holographic universe. Fascinating. Firstly, I'd like to make sure that I don't presume anything of people. So if I say you, I don't know you. I don't know your makeup. Don't even know if you're made of the same elements as I am. Really, do I? So that's understood, but I don't want to keep saying me all the time. But another thing that crossed my mind, if we figure all this out, it's beyond me, but you figure it out and everybody agrees, the scientists agree, it's all a hologram. Some part of me wonders, what use is that to any of us? You know, I can imagine going to see my baby and saying, do you know what? I've understood it all and I can prove it to you. The universe is a hologram. I can just see the look in her eye and her finger coming up and saying, don't start that baloney. But just say, I understood it and she understood it. Then we go our separate ways, have a good night's sleep. I see her the next day. What difference does it make to me? Doesn't really seem to be, it's all very fascinating. Doesn't really seem to be of any use. But, hold on a minute. So the universe is a hologram. That includes everything perceivable. Thoughts, imaginations, the lot, all part of the hologram. I suddenly thought, my mentors have said a couple of things, not just mine, mentors to many people. One of them said, you're in the world, but you're not of it. So, are we in the hologram, but not of it? You see, does the hologram present to itself? Somehow doesn't seem viable. There needs to be something to perceive the hologram. Okay. Another mentor said, in these kinds of things. What you're looking for is where you're looking from. So if I'm in the hologram and all this, everything is part of the hologram, and I'm trying to find the source, can't be done. I can go and cut the hologram up within the hologram, quanta beyond quanta beyond quanta. Not going to find anything. Seems to me. So I like the idea you're in the hologram, but you're not of it. How might we proceed, I wonder? Well, people, mentors, seem to tell us something about this, but they use a very funny language. You're thinking, why can't you just tell us? They talk in parables, they talk in all this sort of thing. But of course, language is of the hologram. So I get the feeling they're trying to knock us out of our habitual holographic way of thinking and speaking for us to notice something else, perhaps. What you're looking for is where you're looking from. So one way, it seems to me, is to shut the hologram down and see what's left. One way I look at doing that, well, I like to shut my eyes, it helps, but you don't have to. I like it to be reasonably quiet and peaceful, but it doesn't have to be. I'm told you can be in the middle of a marketplace. So the way to do it then would be pay no attention to anything that's perceivable. Anything you perceive is a hologram. Thoughts, feelings, objects, sounds, the lot, the subtlest of movement that's perceived is the hologram. If you pay no attention to any of that, then you're left with the perceiver, with nothing perceived. Seems to me, and to some extent in my experience. Though I'm not claiming anything. When you're not perceiving anything, you're effectively just being. And how would you do this then? Do it. It's not something you can do really, but two words crop up. Well, three actually, and they're my favourites. Recognition again. If you're still and you pay no attention to anything that's perceivable, do you then recognise something, an aspect of yourself? So recognition is one word. Again, can't be forced. So I don't like people wagging their finger. You might because what's the point? You can't force recognition. However, with this funny language that people use, they have to use the tools of the hologram in the language, because language is of the hologram. With the funny way they put things, can it just knock your vision, your seeing a certain way to give you a better chance of the recognition? You won't be able to recognize someone if you're facing the other direction. You might not recognize them if you are facing, looking straight at them, but at least you've got a better chance. Recognition, and then realization is the other word. To make real. Then it seems to me this kind of stuff is of some use in your living. The academic, the intellectual understanding even if it's proven, you can't prove anything in life, can you? But even if it was, most very, very likely that it's all a hologram. It doesn't really help you in your living. It might produce new phones and all sorts of other things, but I'm talking about the actual inner experience of living. It doesn't help you. So kind of the other thing then, the third word, is again innocence. It seems to me that knowing is of the hologram. So you have to let go of knowing, or you, I, have to let go of knowing, or the idea of knowing. Is it possible? Cannot be known. What you're looking for is where you're looking from, and the aspect of you that's looking from doesn't know, just perceives, and in that sense is innocent. Well, I'm hoping to go and see my baby tomorrow. I wonder what she'll have to say. Keep well.